next week. That will be what day? Let me check. It'll be the 2nd, yes, 2nd of February. And it's based on the information in lesson 6. So all you need to do to prepare for the test is review lesson 6 for the arts of speech, nouns, verbs, etc. Or the functions like subject, predicate, object. Okay, so if you want to do that, we can have a review session tomorrow. If you have any questions. Okay. Otherwise, I think you can just look basically at the information in the book and study that. So are there any questions about that?
Thumbs up.
Okay, all right. So then let's continue with what we were talking about yesterday. I think that was lesson 7, right?
We're done lesson 7, sir. This is Shaq. We're on lesson 8.
Okay, all right. So then let's start lesson 8. Or let's continue with lesson 8. Yeah, that's the numbers. Okay. So we
Yes, sir.
okay.
Right. Okay.
Right.
One moment.
So, okay.
I believe Meng will do the presentation.
Okay.
Meng is saying, I think it's Nat that will do the presentation. Okay, wait, I'll do it then. Do you mind zooming in? Okay. So is there a vocab part 2? Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So we're on to verbs. This is add or plus.
Right.
Then we have minus and then multiplication.
Okay.
Go down. Divide.
Okay. So with
compare.
Yeah, with multiple. Let me go back up to multiplication. Okay, multiply by times. Okay, okay, yeah. Back down.
One moment, sir. This is Shaq with his hand up.
Yes.
So in terms of times, I just want to clarify what's the more natural way. Is it hand up, orientation pointing down, or towards? And everyone's signing times, and it looks like it's palm orientation down. So just leave the sign menacing. Shaq is saying, I just wanted to make sure, that's all. All right, thank you guys. All right, we'll just spotlight Meng, one moment. All right, let's go down.
Okay.
So we have the sign for compare. And I'm just wondering if it's the same with one hand shape. Hold on. Uh, in terms of the arrow, I'm just wondering if this is the right way to convey that sign. So the hands are kind of adjacent, or I'm just wanting to have some clarification on the movement. So perhaps Peebs would like to say something? No? It looks like most of us haven't decided yet, but Jasmine's saying as long as it's like this, it's fine. Because Nat said that there was a double arrow. It's not just once, it's it's twice. Well, anyway, all right. This is
Yeah. So
equal. Go ahead, sir.
I think you do need a double-headed arrow. So 2, 2.
Okay. Oh, that's what I meant. That's why I made a note to myself, sir. Again, meant double arrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Or add again. Okay. Okay.
Then go ahead. So we have we did equal, now bigger than, and then
Okay.
bigger than to the right spacing. So we have the right and the left.
Yeah.
Shaq has his hand up. And there is also different levels. So when we say bigger than, it also has to incorporate some kind of measurement of how big as well. So Dr. Woody, go ahead.
Yeah, we can add a note in the.
One moment. Go ahead, sir.
We can add a note saying that the greater the difference, the bigger the difference, the more more difference in movement. Or if you want, you could add another sign. Yeah, Peeps just wrote something, so I think about the translation, so it's fine. We changed to what Peeps wrote. Yeah, in the Vietnamese version, left is bigger than right, goes like this. And right is bigger than left, goes the opposite way.
Sorry, can you sign that again, sir?
Let me put it up. Can you stop sharing for a second so I can see myself? Okay, so left is bigger than right. Whoops. Right is bigger than left. Yeah, it actually starts with an A hand shape and then moves to L. And A moved to L.
Yeah, and he's just clarifying what's that sign, and Patrick's just letting her know that in Vietnamese sign, that's how they convey left is bigger than right. Okay.
So that's why we suspected that it might be different. Left side bigger than right side bigger than left side. So that's why we put that example in.
Okay.
Like in Ho Chi Minh City Sign Language, let's say you say 20 is bigger than 10. Okay, so we would sign 20. Oh, sorry. I don't know why my camera's doing weird things. Like, all right. All right, 20, 10, bigger than. $20, 10, bigger than.
Peeps has his hand up.
Yeah.
Question, Dr. Woody. In Ho Chi Minh sign, how is the orientation? It just means that it always starts with the small, always starts with where it's small.
No, it starts with the big. $20, well, so try it again.
In terms of the orientation of the hand, you mean the A is indicating small to big.
No, it's the other way around. Big to small.
Okay, I get it now, sir.
Okay, yeah. But the orientation, if the left hand has the larger one, then it goes from left to right. But if the right hand has the larger one, it starts on the right and goes to left. Yeah. It may be a little bit strange to you, but think about this. So if you have like this hand shape, I can't remember anyway. I'm getting confused with my movement because it's, for some reason, my computer is reversing my movement. And so now I'm getting confused. But anyway, it starts at the bigger end and goes to the smaller end.
Peeps has his hand up.
Yeah.
So going back to our sign, we can also have a variation of this or this. I think they use that for also 1/2, but also to indicate bigger than the other, a comparison. Like my car is bigger than yours, or even in the concept of better than yours, it's 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah.
So we can add that in the book, in the dictionary as well, right?
Yeah, it certainly, sorry, certainly can add in, certainly can add in the dictionary. And then you should pick one, unless they're different meanings. If they're same meanings, then you only pick one. But if a different meaning, like one sign means taller than, and the other sign means wider than, then you would need to list them separately.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can decide on how you want to proceed with that.
Peeps has his hand up. So this sign is a general comparison, and it depends on the context. So if it's even in relation to beauty or length of hair,
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. That's that sign. So it's basically a comparison, and it could also be applied to bigger than the other, or one side
Yeah.
bigger than the other as well.
And that hold on a second here.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, that kind of sorry, I just had something flash up on my computer and confused me. Yeah, actually, the sign in Ho Chi Minh can be used for bigger than, or you can combine it with an adjective. So, like beautiful, or so it can be used as a comparison, like more than. But just by itself, it means bigger than with numbers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you can have a discussion later about how you want to use your sign. Okay. So Ming, you want to continue?
Ray has his hand up.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So I think also, in addition to numbers, there's also an idiom that can be used using that sign, right? And it's also directional. So right, left. It really depends on the idiom as well.
Mm-hmm.
You could, sorry, screen just froze. Froze again. Can I get a deaf person to help interpret for me? All right, I guess I'll just save my comment. People just saying, why don't you just type it out? Nat has his hand up. Yeah, and I've also used something different in elementary school because when we do express greater than, less than, it's the actual written way, except expressed like this. And it continue on to high school, but after that, I never use it or have seen it being used in other places. So I don't know if we can even incorporate that if it was just used in that setting. So I'm not even sure. Even this sign, the greater than, less than sign, but again, just in elementary. Yami, I think they still use that in academic settings. They have that sign actually, this and this, greater than, less than. Sorry, can we highlight Yami again? I missed what she said. Actually, Nat, it's still present. I know that in academe, they use these signs, greater than, less than, because I've seen videos where they incorporate that written form into a sign.
Mm.
So the greater than, less than, so even this. Can you guys see me? Because I'm having difficulty seeing you guys. It's frozen on my end. Uh, Shaq is saying, "Oh, you're clear." I guess it's my end then. So I see nobody signing at all. Shaq is saying you should take your laptop and bang it against the wall just to see if it'll work better.
Okay.
One, okay, go ahead. Uh, so going back. Oh, 1 minute. Just take this down. Dr. Woody, this is the sign for Ho Chi Minh, right? For greater than,
Yeah.
right? So it's one way using one hand, and we can't change dominant hand, right? It has to kind of reflect the one hand, I've noticed.
Usually,
Oh, one more thing. Here in the Philippines, sorry.
okay, let
Oh,
me answer that first question. Yes. Usually it only is one-handed and you don't change hands. Uh, Sometimes people might change hands, but let me give you an example of the grammar. So if you want to say 2 plus 2 equals 4, or let's say 2 plus 3 equals 5, okay? The way you would sign it is, uh, sorry, 2, 3, together, 5. So you would actually switch hands during the formula. You would put one number on two. Probably you would put the first number on the right hand, your dominant hand, and then the second number on your non-dominant hand. So 2, 3, together 5. Yeah, I think Yami had a question.
Yes, sir. One moment. Yeah, just some technical issues. Didn't know if it was me or Jasmine, but okay. We have an academic team specific for math. We do 2 plus 3 equals, and then the answer is 5. So it's the same thing.
Mhm.
So with the sign, we don't say it's all together. So 2 plus or minus 3, then the sign equals or discount or
Yeah.
take away 1. Yeah, I think Jasmine manages that and has videos on those specific math problems. Am I right, Jasmine? Yes, right. 2 plus 3, altogether answer 5. So it looks like we're doing equals twice, but 2, 3 together answer 5. That's how we usually do it. Wait a minute, is this addition or multiplication? It's addition. 2, 3, take away, answer 1. So yeah, that's what we do. What about 4 times 4, Shaq is saying? We do it this way. 4 times 4, using both hands simultaneously, and then 16. Mhm. Yeah, so 7 times 7 equals 49. So yeah, that works as well. So simultaneous 7 on both hands times equals 49. Shaq has his hand up. So we have the double-handed one, 7 times 7, it's 49. Or we could just, if someone is really strong at math, they just say the answer without even having to sign answer. They just say 7 times 49. But informally, like in a classroom setting, where it's like a group discussion, they incorporate that sign answer.
Mm.
But most of the time, if it's just casual, they tend to delete a lot of the signs out. Nat, did you want to say something? So what Jasmine is saying in terms of the equation, I've seen that, but I've also seen there's a positive and a negative. So 4, 3 altogether. Hold on. So there's a kind of like algebraic expressions. So including other expressions where plus and minus are included into the equation. So that's another concern of mine. So how do we teach that? Especially if you have to do it in a specific word or order. Ray has his hand up. I have a question as well that needs clarification. In the book, we see times signed like this, like an X. But I see Yami and Shaq and others use this as times. So what gives? Is it X or times? Because in the actual handbook, you guys do this, but I see you signing, you're signing it like this. Which is it? Meng has her hand up. When we talk about the deaf community, Jasmine and I agree. So when we say 2 times or 2 plus 3, that implies with this sign addition, right? It's clearly addition. But for, hold on. Hold on, wait, I'm just gonna finish my explanation. Let me finish first. Subtraction, 3, 2, this, subtraction 1, is equal 1 rather. So this sign is also there's an understanding of it being subtraction. So we also have times and divide. So if we're going to talk about operational math where it includes both, then we have to follow the exact numerical order so that it's not as confusing. I mean, it's easier to do these kind of shortcuts when you have just two numbers, but like you said, if it's operational, then we have to follow what's been stated. So Dr. Woody?
Well, let's go to Ray first and see if he had a comment, and then I'll comment. To Ray.
But I'm just asking the group and, okay.
Yeah.
This is my observation, is that when we're talking about math and multiplication, I see you guys signing this way, but in the book, it's signed this way. So Shaq and Jasmine signed it like this as multiplication. So I'm just trying to figure out what's what.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is kind of a difference between conversational signing and formal signing, or formal instructional signing. So I think in this book, you want to show two things. First of all, you want to show how deaf people sign. And you want to talk about it, especially conversationally. So you want to avoid formal signing. You want the hearing people, especially if they're going to be interpreters, to understand and be able to use as close as possible to deaf signing. And secondly, it's important that you want to show that FSL is not the same as Tagalog, was not the same as English. So when you have something like 2 plus 3, answer 5, that is more like English. It's still different, but it's more like English. Okay, but if you say, for example, 2, what's it? 2. God, I can't figure out how to sign it on this camera. Okay, 2. Where is it? 3 times 6, or however you sign that. That is very clearly not English, and it's not Tagalog, not Filipino. Yeah.
But the concept is there,
Right.
right? It's clear.
Yeah, so I think this is the way you want to teach this. And then we can say that when deaf people are teaching operational math, or they're teaching formally, or they want to make sure that everyone understands the formula, even if they're not fluent FSL users, there'll be a different way of signing it. But this is the way deaf people sign it to each other. That would be my recommendation.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, so you may need to go through and change some of the entries now. And in the dictionary, we can include some additional explanation. So Ming, let's go back to Shock, let's put it up. And Ming, let's go back and find out if we want to keep the same sign or use different sign, as Ray talked about. So down below, is it up above or where is it? Yeah, there it is.
We'll add this in the vocabulary. We'll add it. So we'll do some and all these other terms that we just mentioned into the vocab. Okay, we got that. So for now, we'll just park it. We'll leave that as is for now, but we'll just note.
Okay. Okay.
So let's go down.
Okay, all right, fine, okay.
But hold on. Hold on, wait a sec, Shaq, wait. So with right is bigger than left, that's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to leave that. All right. Okay,
Right.
we're good. Are we leaving this? I see people saying we're leaving it. Okay, let's go down a bit. Down, down. Down.
Okay, the which is bigger, sorry. The which is bigger. Which is bigger sign. You have facial expression on that?
In a sentence, it will have facial expression not the same.
Okay,
Uh, Sir, sorry, spotlighted. In a sentence, in the example, I believe we have facial expression included, but for the vocab, we're just going to keep it neutral. You'll see it in the next examples.
but you remember for like example with who and what, they always have facial expression. So that is included in both the vocabulary and the grammar. So I think here, if this expression, which is bigger, always has facial expression, you should include it in the vocabulary and in the sentences.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. And if the facial expression is similar to what Ember used, you may need to show the head going side to side. Now, interestingly enough, the sign for compare. Originally, that sign in ASL was like this. So the head moved and not the hands. And then later, both the head and hands moved. And then now it's mostly the hands moving. So I think that if in fact you do have the head moving in that sign, always, then you need to show the head moving. Now, if it's difficult, you might show like one picture like this. And then to the side of this, you insert another picture like this. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, shot.
It seems a little bit complicated because before, when we had lesson 2 to 3, in the vocab, who, where, which, it doesn't have facial expression. So I'm just wondering, we have to go back then and put facial expression in all the question words? Because I just remembered that in some vocab signs for questions, there is no facial expression.
Yeah. If the sign always has a facial, if the sign always has a facial expression, then it needs to be included in the sign, in the vocabulary. I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier. Okay, let me give you another example. Okay, in ASL, the sign not yet, okay, always has this facial expression. So, and you have to have that facial expression because late and not yet. Okay. So, from a teaching point of view, also, like Um, there's never a time in which you sign that without facial expression, right? Yeah, so then you should teach it with facial expression. I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear. But it won't require too much more drawing. It just requires going and picking the who in the sentence and putting it in the vocabulary, because you already have the drawing with facial expression now.
Actually, we
But
don't have.
in the sentences, yes, right? Yeah, so just take the sign from one of the sentences and put that in the vocabulary.
Shaq has his hand up.
Okay, yes. Yes, either one.
Okay, now I understand. So we have to actually go back and check all the other signs previous, because there are some signs that I think have
Yeah,
constant facial expression. So we have to do that.
right. So find people to help you do that, Chuck. I don't want you to do that by yourself. So maybe give Nat lesson 1, maybe give Nat and Ming lesson 1, and then give 2 other people lesson 2, and they can check each other. Okay, so it's not really a question of drawing the sign again. It's just a question of moving the picture with facial expression into the vocabulary. Yeah. Okay. So Nat, did you have one more comment or?
No,
okay,
sir.
okay.
Not me. It wasn't me.
Okay, okay. Then let's take, sorry, then let's take a quick a break and come back at 2:15. And you can continue discussing for a while if you want, but let's not start on anything new until 2:15. Okay?
Sounds good. 2:15.
Yeah, okay. So thanks for your presentation so far, Ming. And then we'll continue with that when we come back. And Chuck.
All right, sir. All right. Sir, this is. So this is example. I'm not sure if we did 6 or
16.
7. All right, 16. We have to change this to 4, 16. How
Okay.
much?
Okay, so 4 goes on which hand, left or right? 4 goes on left hand or right hand?
Right.
Right hand.
Sorry. Left. So
And 16 goes on right.
Hold on. Sorry, let me explain. Sorry. This is Shaq. So Meng flipped it.
Okay.
Because she's left-handed.
Okay.
It's on the right.
Okay.
4, and then 16 is on the left.
Okay, together. Okay, so can you mark down 4 on the right hand is fine. So then we need to do.
One moment, sir. We're just going to spotlight. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry. Okay, so leave 4 the way it is. Put 16 on the left hand.
Yes, right.
Yes, okay, okay.
We'll do that.
All right, good. And then, as you say, change plus to,
Right.
yeah,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
good. Okay, number 7 then?
Okay, Nat will take over.
Okay.
Okay, am I on? All right.
Okay, so yeah. So,
He's just signing the sentence. Equals 20. So we're going to take away equals.
okay,
Hold on. 4, 16,
together,
altogether 20.
20.
So take away equals.
Okay. Then in that case, so then this should be 4. Okay, all right, let's, sorry, I didn't notice something. Let's go back up to sentence, the first sentence here in this section, section 2. Go up, up, okay. Up, okay, so this should, wait. Okay, go back down. Yes, example 6, okay. 4 and is a number. And 16 is a number also, but they're both subjects. No, wait. 4 plus 16. No, you're right. Yeah, let me see. Go back down to number 7. 4, 16 plus 4, 16 together. Okay, I think we need to change some of the grammar, but I need some time to think about this. So um, we'll come back to this. Okay,
Okay. Jack has his hand up.
mhm.
So 7. For perhaps we could do an A and B so that we can do both ways. So 4, 16 altogether. Answer, or sorry, get rid of answer, but 20. And then B could be 20. What do you guys think? So B, just having an A and B basically. One with answer, one without. What do you guys think? Anybody? Okay, so I guess most people just want the A. All right, that's fine. We'll just leave it as is. I want the A without the B. Okay, fine. Nat, go ahead. All right, so can I go ahead? Okay. So we're going to take away equals. We're not going to use that, right?
Okay.
All right, get rid of that. All right. Um, sorry, Mang, did you want to interrupt me? So answer also has a facial expression. Answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to put that out there that I've noticed.
Okay.
Because answer is also a question, right? So it's like a topicalization.
Mm-hmm.
Answer. So we're eliciting as response. So that's why the eyebrows are up. So it's a question. So if we take away how many and just put answer with a eyebrow. For example, 7, they say how much.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looks like the
Okay.
emphasis on answer. It could be a question word as well. Sorry, Jasmine, did you want to be spotlighted? Oh. Uh, so Meng suggested we do 2, 3 altogether. Answer, answer, right? For me, it's a little bit boastful. So 2, 3 altogether, how much? It's more polite. 2, 3 altogether. Answer, it's like a command. Like it seems very um, curt. What do you guys think? Sorry, it's just one perspective, so I'm just putting it out there to the group. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that for me it looks like it's rude.
I,
Dr.
yeah,
Wordy?
I think maybe that's the way a teacher might ask the question to a group of younger students. But if you were older, I mean, you know the answer to 2 plus 3, but if I said, for example, 242, how much is 242 times 3? You have to, you can't really give you the answer immediately. So then you might just answer, how much? You wouldn't say, for example, 242, 3 times how much? I mean, answer uh, too abrupt. Um, so I think maybe leaving answer out is is probably good for this part. We can have a note saying that in classes, teachers may have the term. They may ask you to answer it, and this is the way they would do it. So anyway, it's up to you. This is my perspective.
Shaq is saying, I think it's better that we use how much. How much? What about you, Yami? Yami? As a volunteer teacher in the past, in my experience in elementary school, I feel like as an adult, 7 plus 2, or sorry, three is 3 plus 2 is what, right? And then there is a kind of glazed look. So sorry, my window is freezing. So okay, all right. Is it good now? I'm good. Okay. So how do I resolve this issue? 2 plus 3 altogether, how much? I know that in a visual sense, uh, it looks like it's like there's a dynamic there, but in high school, I think you would do the same thing. 2 plus 3 is how much? Or sorry, it's a different dynamic in high school rather. So in elementary school, you would have that kind of teacher student where you expect an answer, while in high school, sorry, it's frozen again. Okay. We're deferring to Peebs. Why are you deferring to me? I didn't say anything. Uh, okay, this is Yami. This is Shaq. I think we should leave it. Uh, for now, I think it's best just to keep it as is. How much? How much? Yeah, because Peebs said it, let's leave it. This is Yami. And I think, I don't follow the lesson plan by the book anyway. So as a teacher, you would find the best way to match your student. I mean, I'm not sure how hearing students kind of deal with this, but I'm just thinking what's best for a deaf student. That's all. I mean, they have a lot of difficulties, especially in math. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Nothing? All right. Well, we'll just go on with the presentation then. Matt says, okay.
Okay.
Uh, all right. Doctor, did you want to say
No, no,
something?
I'm
No.
just saying, let's show the lesson.
Okay. 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 So how much? We'll keep it as is,
Mhm.
and we'll make sure that it's consistent with the other examples. So
Okay.
just making notes there.
Okay. All right.
So next, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. Example 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
12, 20, compare.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay.
Okay. This is Shaq. So I have a question for you, Dr. Woody. 24 is the object. So, because I remember in the other example, it could also be a comment. Because if we use the numbers and we emphasize them, it could be a comment as well.
Let me uh, let me check the Vietnamese version and get back to you. I think I analyzed it differently from the way, this is the way I analyzed it, I think, but the above sentences, the sentences above, I analyzed it differently, or the students and I analyzed it differently. Hold on a second. Let me just go ahead and, I was going to look during the break, but let me look now. Um, okay. So I'm going to, actually, let's just, why don't you take a break or discuss among yourselves, and I'll come back with you in 10 minutes. I need to look up the version here.
That's fine, sir.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. Whoops.
Are you ready, Dr. Woody?
Yeah. Can I share my screen with you all now?
Go ahead,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. All right. Now, let's look at example 6. Okay, the way we analyzed this in Vietnam was we said that the sentence has a subject and a predicate. And the subject is a whole sentence. And the sentence is 4:16. So 4, 6, 16 together. That's the sentence. So when you add 4 and 16, or 4 plus 16, that is a subject. And the predicate is how much. So they're really what we call two clauses. So we could say people, how many? And that people would be the subject. Or we could say people with short sleeves, how many? And then people with short sleeves would be the subject. Okay, so what we're asking for here, we're asking how many related to 4 plus 16. Okay, so let's go back and look at the example you had, number 6. So Shak, can you show your example? Okay, let me stop sharing, sorry. Okay,
All right.
so go back up to example 6. Okay, so you have subject, object, predicate, predicate. Okay, so really the subject, object, predicate is a whole sentence. All of that is the subject. And the predicate is how many. So you have 2 clauses. Okay, so I don't know how to show these together. Okay, Shak, can you stop sharing now and let me share again? So first, look at how this is. Well, anyway, it's okay. Let me share again. All right, you see, I also have subject, object, predicate. But it's in a separate sentence. You see where it's marked sentence? That whole thing is the subject. So you don't have subject of sentence. You don't have subject sentence in your analysis. So I don't know how I can do this. Does that make it a little more clear, or is it confusing?
Confusing. Man, you're saying confusing.
Okay, all right, let's put up together and what. Okay. All right, let's go back, Shock, to what you have. Okay, what is the subject of the sentence?
For.
No. For how many? Is that for how many?
So the subject is.
For 16 plus is the subject. And then you ask the predicate, how many? You don't ask for how many. You don't ask 16 how many. But you ask for 16 together. That whole thing, how much is that?
Okay.
So what you need to do, pull it down a little bit, Chuck. Pull it down. Okay, so, all right, how can I do this? Okay, I'm going to send you, Chuck, or I think I have your email address. I'm going to send you yes, okay. So, okay, 416. Okay, no. Let me send you the Vietnamese version and then copy the grammar from that. Hold on. Okay. It's not working. Hold on a second. Mm. How to explain it? Okay, I'm having difficulty with this. Let me share again. All right, now, okay. The subject of the sentence is a whole sentence. You see where it's marked in red. The whole sentence is 4:16 together. That is a subject. And the predicate is you're asking how many is that amount. So the subject of how many is 4 plus 4:16 plus 4:16 together. The subject of 4:16 together is 4. The object of 4:16 together is 16. Okay, let's take another sentence. Woody teaches the class. How much? What am I asking? How much?
People are saying that's a subject. Nat is saying March. Ray is saying predicate.
No, okay. Let's take another different sentence. Okay, the English sentence is, how much does Woody teach? How much does Woody teach sign linguistics? Okay. What are we asking how much about? What does how much relate to?
Meng is saying number.
Number of what?
Money. Jasmine saying money.
What did I say? Tell me the sentence.
You mean what we pay you?
No, I'm asking you how much I teach. I teach 3 hours a day. Right? So what does how much relate to?
Ray is saying 3 hours. Marvin saying 3
Well,
hours. Not saying time.
yeah, but it relates to Woody teaches sign linguistics. So go back to the sentence. What is the subject of this sentence? 4, 16 together, how much?
Four.
Okay, so if I ask you for how much, what does that mean? No, answer the question.
It doesn't mean anything.
Right,
Not in
right.
Peter's saying.
Yes, it doesn't mean anything. Therefore, for is not the subject of this sentence. What is the
Okay.
answer to this sentence? 4, 16 together, how much?
$20
20.
altogether. 20.
Yes, 20. That's the answer. So the subject of the sentence is 4, 16, how much? 4, 16 together, sorry, 4, 16 together. How do you know the answer is 20? Yeah,
From the how much?
right. So that has to be the subject.
Okay, yeah. I get it now, Shaq is saying.
Okay. So this is what you have to add to your sentence. Now you have two subjects. You have the subject of how many and you have the subject of together, all together. Okay? And the subject of how many is 4, 16 together. The subject of all together is 4.
Meng has her hand up.
Mm-hmm.
So since this is relatively new, perhaps we have to include this in the analysis. Like, uh, does everybody understand, or do you need more of an explanation? I'm just asking. Do you feel like we need to go into this deeper? What do you think, Peeves? Uh, why are you always pointing at me? Well, I'm just saying we should talk about this more so we get a better understanding, because if we put it in the book, we have to understand what it means, right? Because honestly, for me, I'm only getting 30% of it. Peebs, do you want to say something? Maybe you can explain it to us, then help us out. Okay. Dr. Woody, can we stop screen for, or stop sharing?
Sure.
So I'm gonna get my brain machine going. Which is just gonna do an explanation. Hmm. Okay, we're going to give it to Jasmine. She's gonna explain. So Neng is going to try. Neng. Okay, I get it from that explanation, but I'm not getting why, if then 4 is a subject and 16 is an object, then that part is what I'm missing. Because I get that part where it has to be a complete information thing related to the predicate, but the second sentence within is the part where I'm not getting.
Okay, okay. So,
Oh, sorry.
all right. 4, 16 together. 4, 16 together. Is that a sentence?
I'm seeing yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So what's the subject of 4, 16 together?
Four,
4.
four.
And what's the predicate?
How much?
How much? Well, no. 4, 16 together. What's the predicate? Yes, shock headache. Right. So what's the object? No, 4, 16 together. Subject is 4, predicate is together. What is the object?
20?
Is 20 in the sentence 4, 16 together? Is there any 20 in that sentence? There's 4, there's 16, and there's together. Now you told me 4 is the subject. Together is the predicate. What's left?
16.
16. 16 is the object.
Okay, yeah, it's I learned something new, Shaka is saying.
Yeah, it's the same thing you already learned. It's just you have 2 sentences inside of 1 sentence. The first sentence is the subject. You've just told me the answers, but you say you don't understand. How could you tell me the answers if you don't understand? It's new, but you had it in our syntax class. I can go back and show you exactly how it works again.
No, we're good. We're good. Jasmine has her hand up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's clear now. It's just like in my mind, in terms of sentence structure, we we saw. Remember that red part, the red that was highlighted.
Yeah,
That's the subject,
yeah.
and
Okay,
so that
let's
what does
go.
that mean?
Let me go back. Give me permission to share again. Okay. All right. I may have confused you. The first sentence is in red. The second sentence is in green. The first sentence, the subject of the sentence, is a whole sentence. So 4, 16 together. That is the subject. And then the predicate of that is how many? Okay. And then we analyze the whole sentence in red. The sentence in red is, in fact, 4, 16 together. And the subject of 4, 16 together is 4. You see right here, subject number. This is 4. 16 is the object, and it is a number. I don't know, you can see my, can you see my cursor or not? I can see my cursor. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see it moving?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then the predicate of the embedded sentence is together.
Uh, Jasmine saying, "Now I understand." Okay, now I get it. Manu saying, "What about? Wouldn't question word be green?" Hold on. Jasmine has her hand up. So, sir, now I totally get it. And I think it's because we have subject, object, predicate, and then we have two predicates in that one sentence, right? But it's separate.
Yeah.
So we have two predicates, but are separate predicates, not part of the same one. So now it makes sense now when we break it down that way. So we have the subject, 4, 16 together. That's the subject. How much is the predicate? So that's the first sentence. So she's just doing an explanation for Meng. So within that sentence, we have subject 16 altogether, where altogether is the predicate, it's the verb, right? So we have to break it down that way. So that's why, if you noticed in the analysis, there's two predicates. So that's what Woody was explaining to us. For me, it's clear. So I just want to make sure that everybody else got it. So that's why I'm re-explaining it.
Okay. Now, you don't have to do it in the same way that I did it. You don't have to analyze the sentence. But let's go back. I'm going to stop sharing. Here, it's clear that you have two sentences. You have a sentence in red, or a sentence is in green, embedded. The sentence in green is embedded as a subject. It's put into another sentence as a subject. Let's go back to shock sharing, example 6. Shock, example 6.
One moment.
Okay. Now you see, you have a subject, an object, and a predicate, and another predicate. But you can't have two predicates in one sentence. So therefore, it has to be two separate sentences. So you have to find some way to express that. Now, the way we did it in the Ho Chi Minh City Sign Language book is we used dot, 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 or dash, 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 dash instead of straight lines for the embedded sentence. Okay, let me go back and show you again. All right, let me find it. Okay. You see the dash, dash, dash? That is the embedded sentence here. And then the normal sentence is with the straight line. Now, maybe you want to do it in color, like I did with red and green here. Or maybe you want to find some other way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
We could definitely do that.
Yeah.
We'll fix that up, Shaq is saying. Yes.
Yeah. So take a look at the Vietnamese version, because I think that will help you. Remember, Shaq, you asked about sometimes the sentences were analyzed differently. Okay, so let me take a look and show you here. You can't, all right. So here's an example. All right, you see, there's another example of an embedded sentence. 4 plus 16 equals 20. Okay? Again, an embedded sentence. 15 times 2, how much? Fifteen times 2 equals 30. Again, embedded. Now, here we have compare 20, 12, and 20. U is deleted, so you do the comparison. U is a subject, 12, 20 is the object. Twelve, 20 is the object, and then compare is the verb. So there's no embedded sentence here. And then 12, 20, and then 20 is bigger than. So again, no embedded sentence, just subject, object, predicate. So if you look at these examples in the Vietnamese section, I think the grammar is similar to what you have in most of the sentences in Filipino Sign Language. So when you have an embedded sentence, in your example, you're going to end up with predicate, predicate. Okay, and when you have PP in your examples, you need to look for the embedded sentence. And then you need to somehow show the embedded sentence and the whole two sentences combined. I'm afraid I'm confusing you, but okay. But take a look and discuss this. I think now, why don't we didn't have a break. Do you want to take a quick break, or do you want to continue on for another 10 to 15 minutes and discuss and then stop and start again tomorrow?
We'll take a break. We'll take a break.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure your minds are tired and your eyes also. Okay. All right. It seems difficult now, but in fact, all you're doing is saying, okay, I have one sentence, and inside that sentence, I have another sentence. And inside that sentence, I have another sentence. Okay, the famous example in English. This is the house. This is the house. This is the house that Jack built. This is the house that Jack built before he married Sue. Okay, so you've got whole bunches of predicates here, and you're just adding sentences. And one of the examples of human language is you can continue adding and never stop your sentence. So this is the house that Jack built before he married Sue, who was his second girlfriend. Okay, so you don't have to analyze that sentence, but what I want you to do is each of those sentences can be analyzed in the same way. And now all you need to do is show how those sentences are connected. Okay, so again, whenever you run into PP together, you got to think two sentences. Now, in a sentence like I marry finish, marry finish is the predicate. You don't have two predicates. You just have one predicate, but you have two parts to the predicate. Marry finish.
Oh, so gonna sub?
Yeah, let's stop. Sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
stop.
Oh, well, no, break, I guess. How long? 2:30, come back at 2:45 or 10 minutes? Okay. So 2:25 now, 3:25 your time. 3:35? Okay. All right.
Okay, sir.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. You want to start or discuss, or you want to wait for others to come? Actually, I'm not going to talk, so you're going to talk to each other to discuss this to make sure that you're all on the same page.
Okay, I'll put up the screen.
Okay. And then pull that, sorry.
Sorry, this is Shaq.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, Dr. Woody, oh, you wanted to say something. One moment.
Yeah. So pull the predicate, the last predicate, pull that up to where the subject is, the first subject, the top subject. Yeah, so you have subject, and then you should have predicate on the same line. Subject, predicate. Not the first predicate, but the second predicate. Stop sharing for a second. Let me show you. Let me share. Okay. All right. So let me get. All right, you see subject in red and predicate in red on the same line.
Okay, so just do the same for the other one.
Yeah. That way you're showing what's equal on the same line. Bring the last predicate up. Yes. So what you have is subject and predicate on the same line. You have sentence and question word on the same line.
Sorry, sentence is spelled wrong.
Yeah, need to change the spelling on sentence.
What about QW, sir? That goes down or?
No, that should stay up. Because what we're looking at are two things that are parallel in structure. And then underneath that first sentence, we do another sentence. Let me go back and check my screen. I don't need to share with you. Let me just go back and check here. Yeah, it's on the same line. Subject and predicate on the same line, sentence and question word on the same line. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good, Chuck. Yeah, better than what we had. Yeah, spread out the, either spread them out or bring them back in. I think it's fine to spread them out after sentence. Yeah, I think that looks fine.
Okay.
All right, so you all discuss either that sentence or other sentences. See what you come up with.
Do you need voice interpretation, sir?
No, I'm going to let people just talk
Okay.
free. I do have a question now. So are we going to go through these examples, or you want to go back and change all the examples after 6, like example 7? Because you have embedded sentences. Okay, so for example 7, we have, what is it, 4, 16 together, 20, right? take out the equal. Why don't you try to work on sentence 7 and come up, example 7, and come up with an analysis? So then close up the brackets around the predicate number under predicate.